What a freaking rock star, man. I'm so proud to be working with you. Let me kick it to you to lead us through the tech, brother.
Awesome, Nick. Well, I appreciate you. Good to see everyone that was at convention in Dallas last week. That was awesome. We just got back on yesterday and right back to it. So, yeah, I'm gonna go through basically our tech stack. The reason why this is really cool is because for those of you guys that don't know, which hopefully everyone already knows on here, FFL as a company got bought out by Integrity Marketing Group like 7 years ago or so. Why that's cool is two things. One is like Nick has talked about, there's the built-in buyout. So you build your agency big enough, there's the built-in buyout. Two, the reason why it's really cool for your agents, and maybe a lot of you guys at the start when you start selling, is they have invested a ton of money, time, and resources into their own tech stack. So before I bring it on, what we usually used to have to do back in the Stone Age is we would have these like PDFs. And so we're on the phone with Mary and she has, insulin diabetes and a heart attack. We have to pull up this PDF, find insulin diabetes and look at all the companies and then go down and find a heart attack and then go through it and it would tell us either yes or no. That was phase one. Phase two is we hired a bunch of VAs in the Philippines and somehow we, beat it into their brains, the underwriting where literally we have that still now. Our agents go on there and they say, hey, Mary, 62 with insulin diabetes, heart attack 3 years ago. What do I write? And they tell them that. So we still have that. You guys can use that. It's awesome. But now phase three, which is really the future, and it's only been out for a couple months and will keep on getting better, is Integrity's tech stack that they call Connect. And so let me pull this up first. I'm going to go through basically the back office and then the lead center so you guys can see that. And then from there, I'll kick it into Integrity Connect so you guys can see the underwriting, quoting, and then the e-app software. Let's see. Okay. Thumbs up if you guys can see my screen. Good? Okay, cool. So for those of you guys, once you get licensed and you do contracting, you're gonna have access to this page right here. So this is our back office. It's called the Gateway. And basically, this is the one-stop shop for everything you guys are going to need. So on the left side, up top here, you see HCMS Sure LC. That's our contracting software. So you'll complete it through there. When you onboard agents, they'll get a link to go on here, and then they'll go into HCMS and Sure LC. They'll submit their information. That shoots to the carriers. So super efficient, super easy. All of our admins are trained on it. When you hire your admin, you'll train them on this as well. And it's a super easy way to get new people on with the carriers. Next thing
Which
is
one? Oh,
next thing is lead center. And so here's going to be where we can buy leads. What's really cool about the Integrity Lead Center is they're available in real time. So you buy them, you have them right away, and then your agents can start calling them and making money. Um, Next thing is IP report. What's really neat about this is it basically keeps track of all their production on your team and it drills down into every single thing. It goes into weekly numbers, monthly numbers, yearly numbers. It shows every single agent that you have. It shows the policies they wrote by how many policies, how much premium, and then also a breakdown of exactly what carrier. You can do month to month comparisons. You could do year over year. Super, super neat to be able to see everything in one place. Next thing from there, corporate has their own training camp. This is more for advanced markets. So IULs and annuity trainings, really solid in here. And then the rest of this stuff is kind of just extra stuff. So if you want a t-shirt, apparel, there's some marketing stuff, English and Spanish, annuity resources, ask a specialist, and then my webpage. My webpage is kind of cool. You guys will probably create your own websites, but for your agents that are just getting started and they want their own website that they can send prospects and stuff like that, they can create it for free if they want to. So that's basically the stack right there. As you guys can see on here, this is through the third week of the month. So we still have 2 weeks left. And it shows basically team production, how many active writers. And then from there, it's going to break down into different things. So super cool. Lots of bar graphs and charts for those of you guys that like numbers.
Hayden,
Likewise.
quick question. Can you scroll back up? Okay, so that
Yeah.
10 million, that's your team production so far this month?
Yeah, so it's life production, not counting annuity production. Obviously, at the end of December, we were slow because the way Christmas and New Year's
Right.
fell, but we're on
Yeah,
track.
I see it. I see it. This is the three, this, even though it's February, it's the last 3 weeks, it's the 3 weeks of January.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So numbers are typically like a week and a half to 2 weeks in arrears.
Copy.
And so, yeah.
So if you can give us non-insurance people some context, you're probably going to close at, let's say, somewhere between 17 to 20 million, it looks like, or maybe close to that. Which means you're probably going to do $250 million in revenue-ish, maybe more. How does just your team stack up against insurance companies across the whole industry? Just Hayden and Nina at 30 years old, the 250 million plus you're going to do this year. How does that stack up against the world of life insurance?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy because it's us and then you have Grady and Andrew and like three other guys I think that are doing 150 million plus in volume. So we did 160 million last year with life and annuities. This year I know you said 250 million, but we're gonna die if we don't do 300 million. So we're definitely doing 300. So for you guys, basically what that means is so far 3 weeks into the month, basically $11 million of life production, 1,624 active downlines. What that means is they wrote a policy. So that could be one policy, it could be 100-ish, means that they're active and they wrote so far for the year or for the month. So leads, basically our team has three ways that we do leads. This is one of the three ways. For beginners, meaning the PhDs that don't have much sales experience, they're brand new, they have limited funds. This is a really good place to start. And so let me go through this. Super simple to use. Everyone gets access to this. So obviously, life insurance, we're selecting life. Lead category, bunch of stuff in here. So for example, just to show you guys, let me move this. Direct mail. So here we have direct mail. What this is basically when someone fills out a postcard and it's either a mortgage protection or final expense, it gets put in here. And so this is the map. Leads load in the morning. And so a lot of people have bought leads already today. But as an example, we have the super expensive stuff up here. The $60 ones was a couple, but the bulk of the stuff in here is going to be stuff that is a month old, 2 months old, 3 months old, and is super cheap. So that's the direct mail portion of it. The one that we use the most is going to be internet leads. Nick, I know you love these, and so the most popular internet lead we have is going to be the Ethos Abandoned Cart Leads. What's super cool about this is Ethos is one of our carriers. They're a platform where people can go on and they can basically get an insurance policy themselves without ever having to talk to an agent if they want to. It's rare that, maybe 20-30% of people actually do that. A lot of people want to talk to a person. So when they go on the website, they capture their data, they send it to us as a lead if they don't finish the process. So then we just say, we call them, hey, Adam, it looks like you're looking for an insurance policy on Ethos, giving you a call because you didn't finish it. Was it because it was too expensive? Could you not find what you're looking for? Or do you just want to talk to a live agent like myself and get your questions answered? 9 times out of 10, it's one of those three. And so then from there, we go through the whole process. Most of the time, we're selling them one of our preferred carriers. But if we want to sell them an Ethos policy, we can do that. Jared, do you have a question?
Yeah, the question I had was, so let's say I go on here and I select an area and I purchase those leads. Does that take it off the map because it looked like it did that before? So that becomes my exclusive list, and I'm not competing with, you know, 300 other people.
Correct. Yeah. So I always joke that it's kind of like Amazon. So for example, this Ethos Fresh Abandoned Cart, you go over here to order quantity. So let's say we want to buy 100, hit the checkout icon, And then now when it loads, we're gonna have 100 leads in our cart. So we would literally just click cart, view cart. If you have a coupon code or a voucher, you can put in there. Our agents get vouchers a lot, meaning the bonus program for producers, where like if you write 20,000 and up, you get a bonus. They actually give them also a lead voucher in addition to the bonus. So like $600 bonus in cash, and they get a $600 lead voucher, which is pretty cool.
Let's go.
So I think what I don't know if he answered this or not, but those become your leads exclusive, right? They're off the table now for anybody else.
Correct. Yes.
Awesome.
So basically that's that. And then like I said, once you purchase those, let me move my screen again. Once you purchase those, you're going to be able to go into manage leads. And then boom, you have all the leads in here. So from there, depending on what type of CRM or dialer that you're using, there's a dialer in here. It's a single line. They're working on making that a triple line, but you can export them to whatever system you want. They're also adding a Go High level integration, which is pretty cool. So you can be able to text, AI, all that good stuff that we like. So
Is
that
a CRM that you do recommend, or what do you?
couple. Yeah, so there's a couple. One of them is called Zepo. One of them is called LeadChamp Pro. Both really solid. And typically, the iteration is we start people on this for 2 to 4 weeks. Once they kind of learn the basics and get rolling, the next phase is our marketing guy, who actually owns Zepo, funny enough. We set up basically ad campaigns with him, and then they get a free Zepo account, and that's when the AI texting and so let's just for a second imagine that you can totally buy the leads. So for the next step is we're going to pull out, let's say the client wanted to cover final expenses. We're gonna follow maybe 15,000. That's once we get down to the bottom of the script where we just ask them medical questions or whatever number it is, financial questions. You can do that one of two ways. Now we're gonna be at the top right where we say you can either change the coverage amount. This person's interested by typing, or you can use 57. They had a heart bypass surgery 10 years ago. Option 2 will go to 20,000. Marijuana 20 years ago. And then also if you want to reverse engineer it, they take the person's like, hey, pain medication. I really want this. Whatever you can give me. What the heck do I do? So boom, you go what you're going to do premium is basically you're going to go back to Gateway, and you're going to click, and it's going to show you Connect.
That's cool.
All the coverage. Integrity Connect is now going to shoot you we're going to have everything in order, where you can thankfully up here in the top right is an order. Quick so Americo, that's our go-to, right? And then from there, we're going to all the information apply. So let's say, for example, from there, you can start typing in this person. So you type in their name for easy. If you have it as example already final in your CRM, so let's go state. You can put in there their address, they're in California. Rich is writing this guy, and what's neat about that is basically when you type in, let's say smoker, and then John Smith, for example, 5 foot, and it pops up. From there, you select it. Let's say this one, Brandy Smith. So you click continue, and then it's already going to have Brandy's information, such as her address, etc. And then from here, it's going to pull up the health conditions. So let's just say into insulin, the eApp. So it's going to already pre-filled to the eApp, name, address, email, phone number. So say and date of birth. And then it'll save you a few. So we're going to click that, and now it's going to bring up extra questions that we can ask the client.
Can you scale?
So is it gestational diabetes?
That's it.
Is it type 1? Is it type 2? What is it? So let's say it's type 1.
Companies.
We're going to click next.
Partner,
every single one you do is going to have additional follow-up questions. Because basically what it's doing is it's sorting the underwriting to figure out which company will most likely approve it.
And I am the
now,
worst.
Is this 100% accurate? Is it a foolproof system?
Anything that's
no, I wish it was.
On a salesperson,
and the reason why I say that is you guys will find out.
Sales leaders, so
sometimes people lie, or if they're a little bit older, maybe they're lying, or they just forget that they had a heart attack 12 years ago.
We're putting people in.
All right, I needed to know that information.
Banging their head against the wall.
But for the most part, you're going to know exactly medications, health history, and you're going to basically do
wait a second, that person just did
so let's say diagnosed January 1st,
within 48 hours directly from the carrier, and so did you.
Next.
no
Were you diagnosed
payroll,
before
no
20?
commissions to
No.
cut, no checks to cut, like
With history of
no
coronary,
drama
blah, blah,
with your
blah,
salespeople
let's say
because
no.
you didn't pay on time or they
Require more than 15 minutes
none of
insulin?
that. Like this
No.
is so direct and straightforward.
Insulin prior to
This
age
is why, guys, I
30?
keep falling back
No.
in love on day
Say
27
before
here with
40
this
was the
business
diagnosis.
because all the failures I've
No
had,
insulin.
and
Diabetes is a lot of
successes
questions.
have to do with
Say
scalability
nicotine, yes.
of the sales force. So Hayden, closing
right.
thoughts, closing
So
thoughts for
boom,
us old
now
folks.
we're
What you got for us, buddy?
here. Yeah, no, I mean you hit the
Once
nail
we
on the
put
head.
all the information in, and you can
this
put
software is
prescription,
awesome
you
for
can
your
also put
agents.
health condition, which is kind of neat.
Integrity is really pushing this
We're ready
hard
to go.
and
We're
trying
gonna
to
click
get it
continue to
as
quote.
good as it can be. We did basically
When you guys
a
get in
promo
here, you guys
earlier in
can
the year
set up your plan
2025.
exactly how
They
you
just
want.
brought
So
it
if
back
you want
as
it to
of,
show
like,
that's
Saturday
available
at convention, and
you
so
can
now
do that. If
your
you want to
agents,
go
if they
more
do
expensive
10
to
apps
cheaper,
through
you can do
Integrity
that.
Connect,
If you
and
only want
basically
it to
just start
show
using it,
certain
getting
companies,
familiar with it,
then
one,
you
it's
can do
efficient
that
and good
as
for
well.
them, and it stores
What's really,
their
really
client
neat
data,
about this
everything's
is
one,
one,
go
it's
back to
free,
it. But
but
two, Integrity will
two,
give them
everything's in one
$1,000
place.
for basically
And
submitting
when you
10
get here and
applications.
click
So
apply,
your agents,
it's going to
yeah,
shoot
your
you
agents can
directly
literally
to the
get a
carrier
$3,000.
What's
And
cool
then,
about that is I know none
what
of you guys are
Jared
gonna
said in the
forget,
comments,
but sometimes
is
new agents have a lot of
absolutely
stuff going on,
correct.
and there's nothing worse.
I've
than
never
getting
had
here,
anything besides
Miss Mary's on the
obviously
phone, she wants to
results,
spend $56 on the
experience,
policy,
and
you're like,
just
what
pure
the heck is my
salesmanship
login
to be able
for
to recruit
Ameripro?
people,
And
carriers,
you lose the
comp,
deal
that
'cause
stuff
you
as
can't
well.
find your login.
One of the main
This
things
takes out
that
all
now
that
a lot of my
guesswork, and it
recruiting
lets
calls
you
go
literally
with
click
other
apply,
licensed agencies
and
and
then
licensed
boom,
agents.
it goes straight
As we go
into
through
the
all
deal.
that, then I'm like, hey, let me show you Integrity Connect real quick. And they're like, holy crap. Like, we don't have any of this. We're using PDFs still. Like, it's fine for us, but our new agents can never get up to speed and get going. So, also a great thing for you guys to use on the recruiting side.
Hayden, and hang on, we didn't tell them though the gotcha. Can you tell them, by the way, the monthly reoccurring costs that each of their sales reps are going to have to pay each month to have access to this, please?
Yes, it is free for everyone.
By the way, Hayden, thank you guys. Lots of love sign, thumbs, clappies for Hayden. Brother, I'm grateful for you.